Hej hej hallå på er där hemma. Nu sitter vi här igen faktiskt i lobbyn på Westin Hotel och vi ska ta och snacka med en fransman som ni säkert alla känner igen. So this is 7ingmad. I just made an introduction, don't worry. First of all, what's your real name? I never thought about that.
It's Sebastian, and my last name is Debs.
Debs, that's nice. So this is, how many times have you been to the international with this one?
4 times.
Wow, 4 times. So this time you're here for the analyze desk and all that. So how does it feel to be there instead of here as a player?
I mean, I won't complain because I'm still at TI, and being on the analyst desk is going to be a very funny experience, and like I'm going to have a lot of. It's going to be super interesting, but it feels bad because I'm a competitor and I want to be competing more than anything else.
So I was thinking about that. Let's talk a little bit about that, about the qualifiers and about the team, of course. Since like the Dota scene has been like empty for a while now, before the TI. What have you guys been doing, and how's the thoughts going for Alliance?
After ESL, basically a week or two, I can't really recall how long after, like a week or two after, we just went on holidays, all of us. We all needed a break, I think. Not especially because we lost, just because the end of the season was quite intense. You know, we've just been traveling. Personally, I didn't go back to France for like almost 3 months, so it was good to take a break. So we were all on holidays. Holidays doesn't mean we're not playing Dota. Maybe we are, maybe we're not. But yeah, so since then we're on a break, and that's pretty much it. But the state of mind is pretty good, I'd say. There was no. That's also why I really like to play with the Alliance. That there's no, a lot of players are very emotional. A lot of Dota players are very emotional, and it's all or nothing. And then when it doesn't work, they just, you know, I don't know, throw everything and start from scratch, which I don't think is a good thing. I think sometimes you need to work on some problems that aren't the biggest problems, but that slow you or hold you back. Then you need to work them through, like be mature about it. And this is how a good team becomes a great team. You know, even if you look at Secret, they had troubles at some point, right? And they changed after. So for them it was the reason. For other teams it's gonna be something else. But you need to put a lot of effort and energy into it, and eventually it's gonna pay off.
So for everyone who's worried about Alliance splitting up or something like that, you tell us we should be calm.
Yeah.
That sounds awesome. So tell me a little bit about Seattle. I mean, this is an amazing city, and I actually think you brought your girlfriend too.
Yeah, I did. It's the first time I bring my girlfriend to the event. She knows nothing about Dota. I mean, she knows a bit obviously, but she's not into Dota at all. I met her outside of Dota, so now she knows a bit more. She hears me talk about teams, results, so she knows the name of the teams, etc. But when she watches this like TV she understands nothing, and I get that feeling because I remember when I switched from Dota 1 to Dota 2, the first like images I got from Dota 2, I couldn't even understand the game, although I was a professional player on Dota 1, so I can understand how little she gets. So it's not always easy to get her to be super interested. She is hyped, but being hyped and watching 10 hours a day of Dota is two different worlds.
Definitely, but it kind of shows that she supports you at least. How is the support from the rest of your family?
They're very supportive. Like every one of us, like this generation of gamers, we all had hard times when we started playing because esport was not recognized at all like it is today. Today it's so easy. You talk to people, you tell them, I'm going to be traveling to Seattle, attending an event that's worth $17 million prize pool. You don't even need to, you don't even need to like make a case for it. They're like, oh really? Tell me more about it. Back then it was like, all right, so you play video games. And I've been thinking a lot about it, and I think the problem is the word play, because since we're saying that we're players and we play video games, that's maybe why they used to not take people seriously enough. Because, you don't say I play football. You say I'm like, in French, sportif means like I'm an athlete or whatever. And then it's different, but they're actually playing a game. So, but when we say we play a game, people understand that it is a game, but it's not a game for us anymore, Like Dota, I don't think Dota is not a game to me. I mean, it is, you know what I mean, but it's more than a game.
Yeah.
It's, yeah.
So we should use the word compete instead, maybe.
I think so, yeah. Or and also come up with another word than professional player. Or I think there should be another word that exactly like in sports. They don't say I'm a professional football player. They say, I mean, English is different for me, but in French at least, you say I do. The word means that you're a sportsman, or you're like, and then it's very different, and it seems more professional.
Or maybe we can just change the idea what a player is. So you have the good support. You say it's easier now. Do you live like esports all the way now? Is esports everything like except from family?
It's been a year that it's the case for me. It wasn't the case at all the past few years, but now I'm really convinced that like I went full time 1 year, and even though it like the results wise it wasn't the best, it wasn't a disaster at all. I don't feel it was like we qualified to all the main events. I mean, besides TI, we did well at MLG. We placed second, which was fair enough, but I still think it's the way to go. Like I'm so passionate about Dota, and like competition is it's what drives me. I know I'm gonna be relentless until I actually get where I want to get, and I'm not even. The more I lose, the more I want to win. So it's a bit it's a bit annoying for me because it's like it never ends and it's very exhausting. But whatever, it's how I am, so I just deal with it.
Sounds awesome. So let's talk a little bit about TI5. First, the group stage. Did you see anything in particular which was like amazing or something that made you disappointed?
I thought that the game were very entertaining, which is always good. Um, I thought a lot of stuff made me very happy about. Like I think a lot of teams play different play styles and they're all quite successful with it. There's not this sure people pick the same heroes a bit. Of course, Tusk, Leshrac, whatever. But some teams play very aggressive. The others are going just 5-man push. The others go split push into late game. There are a lot of different play styles, and the meta is very rich right now, and I really enjoy watching that. Also, I see that some teams like I can think of Complexity or especially Complexity, for example. There are individually I think they're a bit worse than the other teams, but they play as a team and they're actually dominating, and it's great to see. You know, I really enjoy seeing players that are motivated and that are like they just play together. I love that. I love that mindset. I really admire that, and I have the biggest respect for it. And seeing that they do well, I'm glad they're doing well. I don't know. Just overall, I think it's been very entertaining group stages.
So let's make some predictions for the main event. Obviously, there's a lot of good games. I just saw the tournament tree and I was like almost drooling. What do you think? What can we expect from the top three? What do you really think is going to be a top three?
Um, I think, to me right now, from what I saw, I'm keen to think that EG is the strongest team. That's what I think, at least. I have two arguments for that. Okay, based on the way they played, I thought it was very smart and very thought through. So that's the first thing. And the second thing is that they had to fight against it was CDEC for the top, like for the first place in the group, and suddenly they picked Techies twice, and we haven't seen them play it at all in the group stage, and they played it super super effectively, which means they have stuff prepared. And the group stage they felt very very comfortable in the group stage because they didn't feel like using anything special. I'm not saying they have like super secret strategies, but I feel like they're super ready for the main event. And EG being ready is quite scary, and they're also very good at adapting. So I think EG is very strong. LGD is very strong. I predicted them before the tournament to like do really well and win their group. I I thought Empire was quite overrated. I know a lot of people would place Empire quite high. I'm not saying they're bad. I think they're very good, but I don't think they're as good as the other teams right now. And obviously Secret. So my top three would be EG, LGD, Secret. No order for now. I need to see more from the main event, but also special mention for Cloud9. I think if they play their own game and they play what they're good at, then they can be one of the teams, up there. And if they don't, then I think they might fail big time. But from what I saw at first in the group stage, they were playing. I think they were overthinking stuff like they usually do, but it seemed like they had some discussion or something, and then they switched everything back to what they're good at, and that's a very good thing for them.
So if you think about one upset, possible upset, what would that be?
The first day,
No, I mean on the whole.
um, a team that would really. I don't know. I always like to think that Navi, might do well in the loser bracket. They're against Vici Gaming first round, so that match, I mean, it's gonna be superb to watch, but it's also very sad
Yeah.
to have Navi or Vici Gaming go out first round. But whatever, it's TI. It's always like this. All the teams are great, and you want to see all the teams do well. I'm that kind of guy when I'm just a Dota fan, and I just appreciate efforts and good Dota. So all those teams I feel sad about when they lose. But a big upset, I could see Vici Gaming, because it's still Vici Gaming, so it's weird to say they're gonna upset
Yeah, yeah.
people when they win. But I mean, they haven't done so well so far. But I think they can like pick up some steam and just destroy the loser bracket all the way to the winners bracket.
What about Cole beating EG?
That could happen. Also, I know there is a lot of grudge between Swindle Melons and PPD from Han days. Like that's what I heard. We hear a lot of rumors here that Swindle kicked PPD or something like this. I know the two guys, they don't necessarily love each other, so it's gonna be very interesting. But I think EG is gonna dominate the matchup.
Okay, thank you so much again to have you were on my stream as well, and it's really nice. You are a good talker, so I enjoy that. I'm just gonna end this in Swedish. Det var alltså 7ingmad och Alliance är alltså intakt, säger han i alla fall. Väldigt skönt att höra. Det kommer fler intervjuer. Häng med oss.